Myself, Kishore. I'm primarily an iOS developer. I'm now into Talabat and developing apps in Flutter.
Flutter, right? So, what you're doing now currently in Flutter, you can just tell.
Actually, myself, like I'm not completely into Flutter. I'm just starting with Flutter. It's been only 2 weeks now. Also, I code. We do mob programming where we also work in backend and front end together. So everyone of us in the team will get into Flutter, and everyone of us in the team will get into backend as well. So in Flutter part, we are currently working in widgets and blocks. Actually, we use block framework for presentation, and we of course we use widgets for UI. So that's what we mostly work in. And we work in already developed code, so we don't have much at the moment in case of front end. Yeah.
So, what architecture you are following now?
Basically, it is like a
Yeah.
So it is mostly like clean architecture. We don't follow a specific architecture. We follow block frameworks.
Okay.
So where
There you know.
Yeah.
Easy mode.
yeah.
Yeah. So, so block architecture that you are following, right? And what database you follow?
We don't have a actual database right now. We get the data from cloud. I mean server and then.
You wanna say something?
Yeah, we are using ShardRap
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That is like
most of the times.
And okay, so one question is there. Okay, maybe one controversy is you may hear that 2 weeks before it came in Shark Tank India. So one judge he said that Flutter is not scalable. What's your viewpoint upon Flutter scalability?
Flutter is not scalable.
Yeah, there was a comment. So
Wow.
okay, so what's your viewpoint?
I think it's not about the framework. Like any development framework is can be scalable according to the developer. So the architecture, if you are designing something which is not scalable, yeah, you are stuck. But if you can follow approach, if you have the borders between the layers, if you have the good conventions, and if you have a culture in a tech company, then it's totally independent. Is it Flutter or is it a different framework? So
Okay.
it's a
I'm
tricky
not sure
question.
like in what perspective he said it is not scalable, but if he meant that in terms of architecture, then it is up to the individual who writes the code, right? So, but if you talk about platforms, I don't think like more than Flutter, any other platform can like any other framework can supply
Exactly.
multiple platforms at a time, like iOS, Android, even web and desktops. Yeah.
You have one job in a mobile application.
Yeah,
like you will receive a data from the network and you need to display it. What do we want? What do we want? To
Okay, so I got one point that you talked about culture in the company, right? So what are the things, preemptive measures you took before developing app so that you keep it in mind that it should be scalable, right? What are the approaches you are following? Would you like to share?
like in terms of scalability.
Yeah, scalability.
Like I think one of the main thing that the developers and the teams should know some rules and some common conventions, how we are solving problems, what are the common approaches. Of course, we need to like also giving some freedoms for the developers. That for example, yes, most of teams they are using the block architecture, but we don't say that one package couldn't use a different state management tool. If someone wants to introduce a river pod or any other management, like any other tools in their side, they can do that. In scalability, I think there are some ways, some sub features like analytics, tracking, observability. There are some tools what every squad should do if they have access for something which is maintained, documented, and mainly approved by the job dev and mainly approved the whole tech company, like the tech team, then it can speed up their development. So in that sense, that from scalability, I don't see any problem.
You don't see. Yeah, I also can understand. Means how much you make linearization and modularization, it will be easy for you in scalability prospect completely.
The biggest issue, and I think from scalability perspective, one of the first thing what you need to do in the early investigation, what you asked us in the beginning, like you need to discover what kind of dependencies you have.
Okay.
Like, is there anything what you need to request from another module? What are those common domains that you need to access and do in your feature? And then you should follow the rules. You should see the documentation. You should see how can you access different part of the applications if you need to access something outside from your modular from your module. I think this is the crucial part if you are talking about scalability.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not only Flutter, I mean, it's with any programming language.
Programming language.
It's always like you follow you identify themes and introduce abstractions, and you keep your navigation logic away from your infrastructure, and then you keep your dependency injection away from your classes. Creating your volatile dependency directly in your classes will make your life harder. So those things, I mean, not only, I understand like this is a question regarding Flutter, but it is not only for Flutter. Any programming language, being a C# developer, Swift, Android, Java, anything, it will go. It's going to be the same.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you mean that you will give full thumbs up to just who have doubt that Flutter is scalable, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So and
It's up to the developers.
up to the developers. Exactly. Don't discriminate. That is the thing. Exactly right. That's fantastic thing you told. Okay. And next question, just I would like to ask that what are the CI/CD things you follow? Means what's the approach in your project? Do you follow or how do you?
Like we have different CI jobs. We are using GitHub Actions mainly. Previously, we used integration from Bitrise. It was a Hungarian company.
Okay.
But it was a bit, like expensive. And the tool and everything wasn't the most clear. If you had, if you had any issues on the CI and the test was failed, it was a bit hard to access the reports. I wouldn't say that GitHub Actions far better because sometimes we are struggling to trying to find the artifacts and then checking the reports. Yes, we are running our UI tests in the CI. We have different build checks. Dart can also give us opportunity to static analyze these checks and different fixes, format checks. So it's really configurable. Definitely, we need to maintain our pipelines. It turns out that developers couldn't, be everywhere. We have some internal review sessions and culture, like about how many reviews, how many approvals we need to request it. And yeah, the pipelines are definitely help us. And also one big thing that with pipelines we can managing our release processes. We are using different we are maintaining different projects together. If you need, if you need if you want to test any build, then you need to communicate with different projects, and the CIs can
Exactly.
speed up.
That's cool. So any suggestion that you would like to give means to Flutter community? One suggestion from you.
My suggestion is let's do a release process manually first. Try to learn how crucial and how long, and when your boss asks you to just Chongor, please publish something in next day, in one day, okay, you will see that why is it so hard and why you need to automate it later. But yeah, definitely let's try to, at least if we are talking about mobile development, let's try the release process and the whole publish process in the different markets on App Store and Play Store, and then try to learn something like Code Magic, Fastlane. So many tools right now are available also for Flutter development. Circle CI from GitHub as well. So just try to check their documentation and build the same flow by using one of those tools.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, but
It was really valuable interview. So yeah, and from your side, and any suggestion?
Starting on Flutter, so I'm just trying to get everything from community first.
this is
And then let's.
sorry, I don't.
Yeah. You please.
No, people
Yeah.
recently joined us, and we came from Dubai to visit you guys today. So
Yeah.
Excited, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We are really excited.
Yeah.
So let's see. Right. Thank you.